Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Omega. This is Milesluigi
and Higsby once again,
which we are now going to what I believe is Higsby's favorite game, Startropics. Is that correct?
Yeah, my #1 favorite game of all time. So I mean, the fact that it's like a top-down view game, I had to somehow find a way to make a side-scrolling level out of it. So it's questionable how well it turned out. But anyway, I had to obviously get my favorite game in here somehow.
I have played Startropics before. I've never beaten it. I got lost at the part where well, you would know if I kind of sort of describe it. It's the part where your sub kind of gets shipwrecked and you're in like this dead area.
Oh,
is
yeah.
the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the graveyard. A lot of people get stuck there. So,
okay, so it's not just me getting stuck there, because I don't recognize this area at all. I'm assuming this is a later area?
Yeah, at the end of the game you eventually board a spaceship, which why it's called Startropics. You eventually actually go into space. So yeah, and that's quite later on.
I learned something today. If you continue talking about it, you'll spoil the game.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't go on anymore, but I will say that there's 8 chapters, so you were at chapter 3, so you weren't quite halfway yet. So did miss out on quite a bit. So go back and play it after this.
Keep bothering me. Maybe I'll. Well, I might revisit it sometime, but you know, since I haven't really played this game a whole lot, I kind of figured. Floor is all yours. The mic is all yours. Oh gosh. I'm not dead.
No. So basically, this room, those square blocks, they kind of represent a light, and they will light up kind of like a 3x3 area around them. So if things are too far away, the light won't reach them. So you kind of just have to figure out where the ground is based on what you can see, and also where enemies are, like walking and stuff like that. And it looks really tricky at first, although it's not too bad, really. Just kind of, you can kind of see where that went, and it's not like that's going to kill you or anything. So there you go.
The Koopa shells help because, you know, I can send them down and it's like, you go die for me.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You go die for me.
I thought I would just simulate a dark room in one of the games. Just thought it'd be kind of interesting.
I do know there is a sequel to Startropics, and that I think I've only played through Chapter 1.
I didn't know about that for the longest time. Unfortunately, it's not as good. But I mean, as a kid, I didn't have internet and stuff like that. I had no idea that there was a sequel to Startropics. So one of the first things I did when I got a computer, I don't know, I was probably like 13 or something by the time I got my first computer. I got my first computer really late. No, actually, that's a lie. Probably got it when I was about 10. I went on the internet and I started searching Startropics, and I found out there was a sequel, and I could not believe it. So I immediately went to every store ever looking for it, and I actually found it. And I was super excited. But yeah, unfortunately it is not as good as the first one.
Okay.
I don't know how high your volume is for the game, but can you hear the music?
I can hear the music. I'm not recognizing it.
Well, yeah, it's from the spaceship levels. Although I don't really want to talk about the music like that it originally is, but I want to talk more about the Super Mario World port and how it's not the most well-done port ever, and in fact quite a few people complain that it's not the greatest, and it doesn't sound anything like the original at all, which has kind of a more spacey theme. This one's kind of more crude and doesn't sound super great. That's because this is actually one of SNN's from Super Mario World Central's very first music ports ever, back when he first started doing it, back before he became a moderator or even an administrator. Back when all he had was a small thread, then he would do add music ports for you. And this was one of the first ones he did. So, add music wasn't the greatest at the time, and people weren't the greatest at porting yet, and the music file that he originally used to port this from was really, really bad too. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting that that's how it turned out. So this is kind of like a piece of add music history, kind of, not really, but it is a really old song that was ported, so I mean that's why it doesn't sound anywhere near as good as things that are out there today.
Well, I missed the secret. Is it up there?
No, it's in the, actually, no, there is a secret up there. Although I believe it's in the dark area.
Oh, that's a great place to hide a secret, because you can't see it.
Yeah, be prepared. The secrets do get quite tricky to find, and every X-Relic level has one. So...
that answers one of my questions already.
Yep, be prepared.
Okay.
Also, in the last video I brought up how I was watching your Let's see what people have to say in the comments video. I mentioned how you said every time you imagine me, you're gonna think of me having a flippity floppity hat. I just wanted to bring up that I always do read the comments for all of the Super Mario Omega videos. I mean, I really love seeing what people have to say about it too, so I don't just watch the videos and then kind of leave. And so I mean, I've been reading all the comments that people have been leaving, and I really appreciate all of the ones that people have been leaving on the Omega videos, and I've been reading them, and they've been quite good.
I do plan on submitting a review of this hack. I want to completely complete it first. If you want to know what I'm currently probably going to give it, it's probably going to be 5s on everything except music. So, congratulations to you. Preview on what my review is going to be like. This ROM hack is awesome! Play it!
Thanks. Yeah, and the music's not my fault. No, but of course, I mean, you have to rate it based on what it is and not based on what it was when it came out. So, I mean, it's completely understandable. But yeah, thanks. Really appreciate that.
Okay, oh gosh, I'm just gonna make the assumption. Oh, there's a cape up here. I was gonna make the assumption I'm gonna keep this cape just in case, and
yeah, you'll probably want the cape, even though I don't believe you need it because there's another way to do it. It will help. Let's see.
I do see the lotus plant up here. That's interesting me. But I don't think I can get to him.
Actually, you might. Actually, no. Keep going right. Yeah, okay. Go up.
Ooh, okay, that's a little bit of a tricky jump.
Is it up? Ah, yes, it is.
Okay. I think I can fly here if I wanted to. But there's a ceiling right
Yeah.
there. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. So many lotus plants.
Yep, yeah, they ended up being a pretty good enemy to use in this area.
And is it up here?
Nope.
Alright.
Yep. There you go.
Revenge on the lotus plants. Am I going anywhere? No, I'm not. Okay. The only reason I was able to tell I was going anywhere, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner,
Yeah.
that isn't moving anymore. Otherwise, I'd be like, am I still going anywhere?
You should have tried jumping. There you go. Keep jumping. Keep jumping. Yay!
I would have figured it out. It might have taken me another 2 or 3 tries through the level, though. Was there something there? Okay. Well, this is one of the shorter ones. You were saying outside of a video how some of these levels are extremely long.
Yep.
So, where do we go next?
To Sonic the Hedgehog. It's connected to Mega Man 2, or you can get there through Mossy Cove, I believe.
Well, let's take a look. Mossy Cove. Oh, yeah, that takes me directly there. Sonic the Hedgehog.
There you go.
A game that I definitely did play as a child, all 3 Sonics as a matter of fact. And oh gosh, my cape is already gone. This looks like the Game Gear Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, the graphics for like the main level are from Game Gear 1, and the background is from Emerald Hill of Sonic 2. But I thought it worked well, like the Game Gear graphics, since, I don't know, the Genesis graphics are... I don't know, I just felt the Game Gear graphics fit.
Genesis graphics don't quite conform to a 16x16 grid as well. How about that?
Yeah, that's the truth. Tried to keep everything kind of Super Nintendo style-ish. One thing that I'm really not a huge fan of is when people use Yoshi Island graphics in the hack, because I really think they don't fit. As I mean, as good as Yoshi Island graphics look on their own, I'm not a huge fan of them in Super Mario World hacks. I mean, especially overworld. Sometimes the backgrounds aren't too bad. Like, people might be yelling at the screen saying I'm a hypocrite because in Mossy Cove, I used the underground waterfall background. Although, I mean, that fit really well. But I mean, as far as some overworlds go, I just don't think they fit at all. As I mean, Yoshi's Island, all of the sprites and stuff, their graphics match the foreground and background graphics. But here, I just really don't think that Mario World graphics, or even Super Mario All-Stars graphics, fit Yoshi Island graphics at all. So I'm not a huge fan when they're used.
You would need like a Yoshi's Island styled Big Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's made something like that.
Yeah.
But the original Sonic the Hedgehog, perhaps the thing I remember most out of it was the cheat code in that game, which I believe was up, down, left, right, A, start, or was it start A? I forgot now. You'd imagine I would remember, but it was like something my uncle told me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can go to every single level in the game. I go straight to the final level, and I can't beat the boss. There's my secret exit.
Yeah, there's the key.
Little kid,
there's the hole.
Video game instincts haven't fully kicked in, and I keep getting crushed by the final boss. Which, back then, I'm looking back at that now, I'm like, wow, I really sucked at video games when I was a little kid. I think I'm dead. No, I'm not.
No. If coins lead down a hole, you can jump down it. This level was designed to be very non-linear. Like, you took a higher path. Although there are other paths too and stuff like that you didn't take. And this was supposed to simulate a really bad loop in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice. Look at Mario go. I was about to say, in general, in a Sonic the Hedgehog level, try to stay on the upper path because it's the fastest path through the level.
Yeah.
I guess that was my intuition there.
Yeah.
Let's go back and get that secret. Otherwise, my other big Sonic the Hedgehog memory, unless you made a Sonic 3, I'm going to save it if you made a Sonic 3.
No. I tried to do one level per series.
Okay. Alright, my biggest memory regarding Sonic actually had to do with Sonic 3. Not Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 3. It had to do with Carnival Night Zone, Act 2.
Uh-huh.
Near the end of the act, there is this barrel.
That you have to hold up and down to make it go... Yeah.
Yes. I, for the love of God, could not get past that barrel because I tried jumping to get it down.
Yes, and you thought that the jump momentum would push it down and that would make it... I did the exact same thing. The exact same thing as a kid.
I am not alone on that. Okay, but one time I was jumping, and I thought I almost had it because I got the platform almost all the way down far enough where I could jump out, but, I jump and then I land right back on the barrel and I just couldn't for the love of God get out. And here's the thing, even back then I was able to collect all the Chaos Emeralds and become Super Sonic and try to get out of there with Super Sonic. Nope. Couldn't do it. I game over due to timeouts and I eventually gave up.
So the funny thing is that you actually took the upper path again, but the funnier thing is that don't go off to the right. Follow these coins down, and that leads you to where the key is.
Oh, how convenient.
Yep.
Once again, it's my intuition in a Sonic game to try to stay on the upper path, which normally I kind of fail at doing, because I run off a platform or don't make a jump.
Some people don't realize that the coins from up above lead you down that hole. So then I get angry emails telling me that you shouldn't just make a secret exit where you have to try jumping down every single hole. Although if you jump from the top, and you follow those coins, there's pretty much no way that you can avoid falling down the hole, which will eventually lead to this area, which leads to the key. So I was thinking that one through.
Okay, let's use the spring to go wee wee.
I love the horizontal springs. They can just throw you in the other direction and make you do all sorts of crazy things. And there you go.
Okay. So unless this next level is a half hour long, I think we got a time for one more. Where are we going next?
Zelda 2, and that should be fine. Zelda 2 is not too long. Actually, nah, Zelda 2 is the 5th level. The other one was actually supposed to be the 4th, but it's okay. Go for this one.
Let's just do Zelda 2 right now, because I already entered it.
I'll show you a secret that no one has ever found. Go to the left.
Well, how could no one ever find something that you go to the left for?
Jump. And you can pretty much cheat through half the level. Since stars in Super Mario World last so long, I mean, it's ridiculous. I like Super Mario Brothers 3 stars, they last 10 seconds, but Super Mario World stars last 30 seconds. It's ridiculous. So that's why I'm really reluctant to put them in levels and you don't see too many stars, because I really don't like just letting the person cheat through half the level. So I usually make the stars really, really well hidden like that. So that, I mean, they're there, but most people won't find them anyway.
With regards to my story in Zelda 2, when I first played Zelda 2, my uncle actually had a save file that was almost at the end of the game, but not quite. So you were able to go around everywhere, have all the items, and the thing is, I'm a little kid, I'm just exploring around the place. I didn't know he basically almost beat the game.
Yeah.
Eventually, I find the final palace, but it's guarded by this barrier thing, and I didn't know how to get past it. I later found out that my uncle said he was just about to beat the palace just before that, which I think is Palace 6. I could be wrong on that.
I'm pretty sure there's 6 of them, yeah.
So he basically beat 5 of the 6 palaces and had nearly every item in the game. But not enough where if you went to the final palace, that barrier that just kills you instantly when you run into it is still there.
Yeah. That's funny. So did you go and find the 6th palace, or did you just give up?
I gave up till I was older.
I played
After that, I think I've played through like the first 2 palaces of Zelda 2, but I kind of get bored of this game after a while. It's not a bad game, I just kind of get bored of it after playing it for a while.
Yeah, unlike most people, I really like Zelda 2. I really, really like side-scrolling platformers, so I thought that Zelda actually kind of made a good transition to it. I mean, obviously, the overhead view ones and 3D ones are a lot better than the side-scrolling one, but I still really enjoyed this game. I quite liked it.
And I just realized I said I quit after Dungeon 2. I'm willing to betcha I quit not because I got bored, but because of Death Mountain, now that I'm remembering it.
That you have to go and get the hammer there, that is very difficult.
Oh gosh, I almost got hit by a spiny there. Yeah, that I'm now remembering. I quit at Death Mountain and just didn't continue on past there.
That's supposed to be a multiple coin block. Multiple coin blocks are really weird in Super Mario World. Sometimes, for some reason, they won't have multiple coins in them. And you probably, like, floated to the top of the level or something, you know?
That's what I did, yes.
Anyway, go through here.
Oh, now we're in a dark area. Thank goodness for a light right away.
The funny part is that originally I wasn't going to give the player a light.
Oh, it was supposed to be like Zelda 2 when you very first start off, you go into any cave and it's dark, you gotta get the candle.
Yeah, because, I mean, on my computer screen, I had realized that I made it just dark enough so that you could still see, like, the blue around it, and you could still see the enemies, but, what's it called? But there was no switch, but you could still see everything, so it was okay, but it was just kind of dark, so you kind of had to look really hard. Although then I had some people test it, and they kept telling me that they couldn't see anything, so I mean, I guess depending on what the brightness of your monitor is, you'll be able to see different things, so I kind of had to go and change it to make everything actually a bit seeable, and then I made it so that the light switch was there, so that if you couldn't see anything, you would actually be able to make it through the level. But yeah.
Oh, hooray, a mushroom.
Yep.
Well, good thing you had testers instead of angry emails from people playing Super Mario Mega 1.0.
Oh, I still got angry emails. Heck, Super Mario Mega 1.0, it wasn't even possible to get all 100 exits.
Oh, that's a story. That's a story right there.
I made a mistake somewhere. I think it was one or two of the beta secrets. I forgot to make it so that you could actually walk to them. Since, you know, they're kind of just like extra things that you walk to on the overworld. I didn't make it so that they were enabled, and I don't know how, because I had tried it all myself. And even the beta testers, I'm not quite sure how that got by. But yeah, somehow you couldn't get all 100 exits, so I got a whole bunch of emails about that. I got emails about, I mean, I guess I haven't seen it yet, but in the very last level of Bowser's Tower, where you like, what's it called? When you like revisit each of the worlds and you find the green doors in each of the rooms, there was no green door in the 6th level.
Oh,
and, like,
so
when
you couldn't actually beat the game?
Well, the funny thing is that depending on if you did the green door, sorry, if, like, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. You can, when you get to that part of the level, you can either decide to do World 5 or World 6 first. If you did World 6 first, it was okay. But if you did World 5 first, and then you did the door for World 6, there was no green door in that sub-level. So you got stuck there forever. And people didn't realize that if you did World 6 first, it would be different, since it's actually different rooms. It's not just like it's kind of, it's not like ASM trickery. It's if you do the 5th world's door first, it will take you to a room where the 5th world's door is done and the 6th world's door is not. And if you do the 6th world's door first, then it will take you to a room where the 6th one is done and the 5th one is not. So I mean, it's not like after you do the 5th one, some ASM craziness like makes it so that you can't re-go into the 5th door.
At some point, I think we need to do a let's read what you guys have to say Higsby's emails.
I got a lot of crazy emails back then. But yeah, I mean, you wonder why there's so many different versions. I'm seeing, yeah. So 1.0, you couldn't get all the exits. There was a door at the beginning of World 6 Castle, and Bowser's Tower 5 was broken. 1.0, I believe someone had complained about Mario's swimming graphics. Something looked a bit weird about it. So in one of the levels, I just put a massive, like, I just took the water tile and I just stretched it and put it at the beginning of the level. And I just tested, like, I tested Mario's swimming there to see, like, if there was this glitch. And I eventually did notice something, so I fixed it. And then I resubmitted it, and then I'm like, darn it, I forgot to take that massive, massive water that I put at the beginning of this one level out. So I quickly had to go take that out, re-release 1.02. Re-releasing new versions was actually quite a mess, although the funny thing is that a lot of people didn't notice most of my screw-ups. So I mean, it looks like I did a really good job. Well, meanwhile, there were quite a few mistakes here and there.
Did I miss the key already, or am I still good?
I don't believe
Because I found the keyhole.
Nope, keep going. Yeah, you have to backtrack. There's the key right there.
Oh, I can fly to get that. Or I could use a Koopa Shell, it's probably easier.
Let's see, what other mistakes they have? I'm trying to remember the main difference between 1.05 and 1.07. Although it's not coming to me right now.
Well, I'll let you think of it for next time.
Sure.
Oh gosh. So I'm assuming you need a cape to get this one unless there's an invisible block I'm missing.
There is the P balloon actually. That was a little bit later in the level, which you could use.
I see, but I'm gonna try to get the flight off here.
Go for it.
Because this looks like just big enough of a platform where you could do it. I mean, just barely big enough, but it's not easy.
I thought those throwing Lakitus worked quite well, since in the actual game...
Oh gosh.
Yeah, there are invisible blocks to the right, but not to the left.
Let's just use the P balloon.
Yeah, I guess we have to now.
Because a flight was possible, but I kind of messed it up.
No, it's fine. Oh, no.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. 3 times.
In a row, that's awesome.
There we go.
Ah.
So this is another game I have to go back and play Zelda 2, and oh, look, it's a bridge.
Yeah, as I said, all of the games in the X-Relic levels are games that I've played a lot and really like, and have beat probably multiple times, so... Yep.
Oh, so you could probably help me in Zelda 2. Say, this is what you gotta do to prepare for Death Mountain.
Death Mountain, just... Yeah, just... See, the thing about Zelda 2 is that you can grind if you want, and level up, since there is that experience system, so if you could just try to get your level up quite a bit before going at it.
And then just use shield during the difficult level rooms, which there's a lot of in Death Mountain.
Yeah, you have to go quite a long time without getting game over. And there you go! There... No! Oh!
Let's use space-time rewind.
There you go.
That's what happens when you put a keyhole over a hole. The player can just jump in the hole.
I wanted it to be tricky, and yeah, so basically Mario Land was supposed to be before Zelda 2. But oh well.
We can do that on the next episode of Let's Play Super Mario Omega. Before we leave, what's the X-Relic theme from? This theme right now.
Final Fantasy V, I believe it's the second overworld theme.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it fit kind of the ominous theme of black and green.
So, this has been Milesluigi
and Higsby.
See you all next time.
See ya.